How do you report success or impact within your DevRel journey? What are the metrics you have used to tell your story or feedback and influence?
Yeah. So this is the million dollar question in DevRel, and everywhere that you are, people are trying to gain a better understanding of how to measure what that impact is. And the answer is it depends. Like, so for companies where they have an API based tool, you can trace a straight line from increased attention and adoption from developers to the bottom line, and like, oh, we got more users, and like, and then and they become customers at this point. When you're working in a product-based company, that becomes more fuzzy, because the only reason for people to build with that API is that they use that product in the first place. So, so for my journey, things that we have looked at along the way was just general like new developer accounts being created is generally a good indication. Like, if you have resources along that journey for them to follow when they're doing like their first hello world, if you have certain developer onboarding experiences are really powerful that you want to drive them towards, you can see how many people are completing that. You can do newsletter signups. You can look at very high level traffic. Are more people going to our developer docs that they have historically? And as you reach higher scales, it becomes easier to make kind of inferences about some of those. But so those are some of the things that I've looked at historically, and as we moved into Dropbox, like one of the ways that my team was kind of keeping track of that I thought was pretty effective was that at Dropbox, the developer relations team has a different title there, but is very focused on helping facilitate like partner integrations. So making sure that external companies are successful, like building their integrations with the Dropbox API. And so one of the ways that we kind of were considering that and thinking about things is looking at kind of like what we called like influenced annual recurring revenue. So looking at what those like partner apps are, how many licenses they have, like what does their integration do, and basically just kind of trying to make some inferences through that. So it depends. Like, it really depends on what your objective and what your goals are for certain things. But I do think it's really important to approach your initiatives with something like that in mind. And like, you may not have the right answer at first, but you want to have an idea of what you're trying to look for, to look at the impact of your initiatives, even if you're wrong, so that you have the ability to iterate on that in the future. And if for example, like you're launching 5 new developer guides that haven't existed in the past because they just haven't been written yet, and they're on like areas of the API that are difficult for partners, for example, to build with. I may not have a good indicator there looking at new developer accounts created or anything like that, but a better indicator may be talking with the team that's meant to help, talking with developer support and saying, hey, are you guys seeing as many cases on webhooks now that we have this resource available? Are is this resource being linked out to by the support team when people have questions about that? So finding where that impact is going to be, and then trying to track progress towards that. And it may not always be a metric. It may not always be something that you can look at directly, but just critically thinking through what you're trying to do with something and how you can look to see if it's successful.
Right. So getting the feedback in the first place of what they are experiencing in general, if we do not have a particular metric over there.